So I want to address this video that Big J had put up today. His he did a live stream claiming that Vance and Trump's cabinet equaled the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and um, that would be giving them credit as if they were righteous enough to be what the divine creator spoke of, these riders on these four horses, is what you're trying to say that the Trump administration is, and that is false, Big J. So let me play some of this. Some of the things that you've said I agree with, and some things I do not. So let's start. I'm going to put this down so I can play it. Okay, here we go.
America first ain't shit. It's not about America first.
So when he said that a lot of these Trump supporters, and he was talking about the baby boomers thinking that everything that Trump is doing is America first, I agree with him on that. There's nothing that Trump or the administration, my lips are so dry. Um Sorry, cuz I had been sick with the flu for about a week or so. There is nothing that this Trump administration has done that is America first. And he duped all of these baby boomers into thinking that what he was going to do was going to be for the benefit of America, and absolutely nothing has been for the benefit of the American people. All of the immigration raids and everything is making businesses close down. It's making farms shut down. It's making the travel industry stagnant. It's making it so people don't want to come here. They don't trust the United States, which, under the current regime and administration, I fully understand why no one wants to come to America. So people who live in the hospitality and travel industry or work it, people are getting laid off left and right. So there's absolutely nothing in the tariffs. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on about how Trump is destroying America. But if you don't have eyes to see it, then you don't see it. Until you open your bank account and there's $0 or whatever, apparently, you don't see it until that point. I don't fucking understand it, but I agree with Big J on that. Here, however, let's continue. Let's see.
So I also want to congratulate the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Raisin Kane, spectacular general, and all of the brilliant military.
And I'm going to tell you something. Him saying raising Cain, Cain killed Abel. So that right there is almost like a spiritual pun. Trump saying that. Because basically, Cain killed Abel, the farmer. So there is definitely some spiritual stuff working out through here and through his fucking mouth. However, he's not one of the horsemen of the apocalypse. He definitely is the whore, the harlot of Revelation. He's that. His administration is that. The American people, the ones that voted for him, in red and scarlet, which is what the harlot was wrapped in, the Trump supporters, he's that. But acting as if he's the righteous of these apocalyptic writers, no, absolutely not. Let's continue. But that was self-telling when Trump said that raising Cain. Bam.
Minds involved in this attack. With all of that being said, this cannot continue. There will be either peace or there will be tragedy for Iran far greater than we have witnessed over the last 8 days.
Wait. But you the one that pulled out of the Iranian deal that was made in 2000 and I want to say 15.
So again, I agree with Big J on this because Trump didn't do this for the sake of peace. He didn't bomb Iran for the sake of peace. So for the words for peace to come out of his mouth, this fork tongue lying president, he never wanted peace with Iran. This is a takedown of resources from Iran. That's what this is about. It's not about anything that Iran has did. Although we can talk about Netanyahu in this whole mix of everything. And I can say all the things I want to say. I don't consider Israel, the state of Israel as being the true Israel of the Bible. I don't see that at all. Never have. Even when I was a teenager, I could never say that Israel, the state of Israel, was the chosen ones of God. I could never say that. And because they think that the Messiah never came, they would never, these Israelis from the state of Israel would never say that Jesus came from the Palestinians, which really is the bloodline that Christ came from. However, they don't believe the Messiah ever came anyway. So there you have it. And for all those fake Christians of Trump supporters who believe the Messiah did come, you're basically siding with the people that don't ever think that he came. So how you like them apples? Let's continue.
You the one pulled out of a peace deal that President Barack Hussein Obama, and because you were so offended by Obama and jealous of Obama, you pulled out of a deal that the Europeans, the Chinese, all agree about uranium enrichment. That you pulled out of it. Now that we got to sacrifice Zoomers. Joining in the military now, Zoomers and millennials, they're going to have to be.
Let me just say this. Trump has sacrificed everybody in the United States with this kind of thing. Trump doesn't care what happens to the citizenry of America. Never has. Never fucking has. So it's not just the people in the military whose lives are at stake at this moment. It's every American citizen and anybody residing in the borders of the United States. That they're all everybody's lives are at jeopardy. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, the other day, yesterday, it was so overwhelming to know that he didn't even get the permission from Congress. He doesn't care about the Constitution. He will not follow the Constitution. He does not respect the Constitution. He has never respected the Constitution. And the fact that he has Trump supporters who are okay with demolishing our whole democracy like this and our Constitution, it's sickening. It's heartbreaking. Let's continue.
You sacrifice their lives now because of your arrogance and your jealousy. And yes, I'll go and say right now, your racism.
Oh, well, nobody thought he was racist. Remember, I hold on. Big J can attest. Before he got elected the first time, I kept saying he's a racist. I knew what he had done with the Native American Indians and the different tribal members and the different tribal councils in America. I knew what he had done in the 1980s. Before he even was running for president, or he was about to run for president, I had posted all those videos, and all those videos got taken down by YouTube. How funny, right? How funny, free speech, and all of the clips concerning what he's done to the Native American Indians in the United States has been taken down. So when Big J says that they are going through the internet and they are washing, scrubbing the internet, they've been doing that. Just like the interview with um with Oprah Winfrey, when he said that if he was ever going to run for a party, he would run for the Republican Party because it would be very easy to pull the wool over the eyes of the Republican Party to do what he wanted to do. He said that, and that was in the 1980s. Scrubbed. The only thing that these Republicans played was bits and pieces that they wanted the American people to hear from that Oprah Winfrey interview, and all the rest got scrubbed. It got scrubbed off the internet. Let's continue.
Remember, there are many targets left. Tonight's was the most difficult of them all, by far, and perhaps the most lethal. But if peace does not come quickly, we will go after those other targets with precision, speed, and skill. Most of them can be taken out in a matter of minutes. There's no military in the world that could have done what we did tonight, not even close. There's never been a military that could do what took place just a little while ago. Tomorrow, General Kane, Secretary of Defense.
I have to interject. This is the military that he doesn't respect once they're out of their off their duties, and they have done their time for the United States, and they are supposed to get their veteran benefits. This is the same president that doesn't give a fuck about those veterans. Okay? Not one fuck about those veterans.
Pete Hegseth will have a press conference at 8 a.m. at the Pentagon. And I want to just thank everybody, and in particular, God. I want to just say,
don't invoke God, you ungodly prick. Don't you fucking invoke God at all. So, I'd like to go through a lot of the things, but this is what I'm addressing Big J on this right now, because this is not the four horsemen and the four horse of the apocalypse. That would denote that there is divinity in the ride from the apocalyptic riders. And there is nothing that the Trump administration is doing that is divine. Never has been. Let me read it. So Big J says that his administration are the four riders, right? Revelation 6:1-8, it says, I saw when the Lamb opened the one of the seals. Then I heard one of the four living creatures saying with a voice like thunder, come and see. And I looked, and there before me was a white horse. He who sat on it had a bow, and a crown was given to him, and he went forth conquering, that he might overcome. When he opened the second seal, I heard the second living creature say, come and see. Just a moment. Just a moment. Just a moment. I'm trying to do this with I don't have my glasses, so just a moment. Said, come and see. And then another horse that was red went forth. Power was given to him who sat on it to take peace from the earth, causing people to kill one another. And then the great sword was given to him. When he opened the third seal, I heard the third living creature say, come, look. And there was a black horse, and he who sat on it had a pair of scales in his hand. And then I heard a voice in the midst of the four living creatures saying, just a moment, a quart of wheat for a day's wage, and 3 quarts of barley for a day's wage. And do not harm the oil, and the wine. When he opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature say, "Come." So I looked, and there was a pale horse, and the name of him who sat on it was Death. From Hades following him, power over a fourth of the earth was given up to them to kill with the sword, and with the hunger, and with death, and by the beast of the earth. So let me just tell you something. So, Big J, a few of those riders have already taken place. And those riders took place between the 1800s and the 1900s. So you already had two riders. And two of the other riders, we haven't gotten there yet. And Trump is not the one bringing in these riders, these horses and the horsemen. He's absolutely not. But I tell you what he is doing. He's the harlot. Shit. Damn it. I lost my page. Let me see. All right, hold on. Damn, I lost my page. I'm gonna have to find it again. Just a minute. I just lost my page. All right. I had to go back. So, the harlot of Revelation in Revelation chapter 17. It says, one of the seven angels who had the seven bowls came and talked to me, saying to me, "Come, I will show you the judgment of the great prostitute who sits on many waters, with whom the kings of the earth committed adultery, and the inhabitants of the earth were made drunk with the wine of her sexual immorality." Trump is that sexual immoral whore. Because unto the divine creator, so when we're thinking of an actual female, a woman, just like Israel, or the tribes within Israel, are considered a woman unto God, we know that it is a whole bunch of men who make up the council. The same thing is said of the harlot and Babylon and all of these different whores that they're talking about in the Bible are literally a group of men. All right, let me continue. So it says, "Come, I will show you the judgment of the great prostitute who sits on many waters, with whom the kings of the earth committed adultery, and the inhabitants of the earth were made drunk with the wine of her sexual immorality. When he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast, MAGA hats, red, scarlet is red, and MAGA is a beast, the beast in America right now, which was full of blasphemous names and have 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet and adorned with gold and precious stones and pearls, having in her hand a golden cup full of abominations and the filth of her sexual immorality on her forehead, and her name was written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes and the abomination of the earth. And I saw the woman drunk with the blood of the saints and with the blood of martyrs of Jesus. When I saw her, I marveled greatly. Then the angel said to me, "Why do you marvel? I will tell you the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carries her, which has the 7 heads and the 10 horns. And the beast which you saw was and is not, and is to ascend out of the bottomless pit and go into destruction. And those who dwell on the earth, whose names are not written in the book of life from the foundations of the world, will marvel when they see the beast that was and is not and is yet to come. That's your racism right there. And all those other things that this beast has created: murder, wars. And it says, here is the mind which has wisdom, the seven heads and the seven mountains on which the woman sits. There are also 7 kings, 5 have fallen, one is and the other is not yet come, and when he comes, he must remain a little while. Concerning the beast who was and is not, he is the 8th. Think on that one. Think about Hitler. And is the 7 and is going into destruction. The 10 horns which you saw are 10 kings who have received no kingdom yet, but they will receive authority as kings for 1 hour with the beast. These are the one mind and will give their power and authority to the beast. These will wage war with the Lamb, but the Lamb will overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings. And those who are with him are called the chosen and faithful. Then he said to me, the waters which you saw where the prostitute sits are peoples and multitudes of nations and tongues. And these 10 horns and the beast which you saw will hate the prostitute, and they will make her desolate and naked and devour her flesh and burn her with fire. For God has put it in their hearts to fulfill his will and to be one mind and to give their kingdom to the beast until the words of God are fulfilled. Until the words of God are fulfilled. Those 4 riders, Big J, all the riders haven't come yet. The woman who saw that great city which reigns over the kings of the earth. So, I suggest you go back and read these scriptures. I've given you the scriptures, and go and analyze it yourself. And think about what had come, what is not, and what is to come again, and what is happening. There's a reason why Trump said, make America great again. He's not just speaking about America, okay? So, and I would go back and I would analyze that 8th that's spoken in Revelation, and then go analyze what happened in Hitler's day and his Reich. Anyways, that's all I got for right now. I don't want to go into more because I'll be so pissed off. I'm going to be so angry. I'm angry already. I'm angry the fact that people are so fucking duped by this man. They're duped. They're I'm not going to say the bad things I want to say. But anyways, go read.